It was a good week last week. Using the bye, we did practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. Pretty competitive, kind of focused on ourselves, getting better at our schemes, techniques, that type of thing. And then we did practice yesterday, focused more on Stanford. Thought it was really good in regards to just kind of guys having a few days off and coming back and practicing well. Got a little weather, which was nice to have during that practice. And then we're into our typical routine. Players off today, and then we'll be going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for Stanford. Kind of an exciting Saturday for a lot of different reasons. Back to having the former players back, have over 100 of them coming back for Saturday's game, and that'll always be cool to see them. Recognizing a coach that I got a ton of respect for, Dennis Erickson, going into the College Football Hall of Fame, would be recognizing them. Wearing orange, place is going to be packed. I got my orange on right now, too. And it is the opening of the Pac-12 play against a program we got a bunch of respect for, man. So I think this is sixth year in a row being able to compete against these guys, going back to my days at UW. And just couldn't have more respect for this program, the way they do it, the way they've established. A great challenge for us coming Saturday with the Stanford Cardinal, and we're definitely looking forward to it. Questions?
Last week being obviously the bye week, on the weekend, the school's still not in. Do you kind of encourage your kids to go home and maybe hang out with the high school game and, just sort of, it's really a good time, it seems like, to get involved with and all, just go home, I guess. Did you encourage that at all? Or
We definitely encouraged them to kind of do what they wanted to do. We did practice Tuesday, Wednesday, like I mentioned. We lifted in the morning on Thursday, and they were off the rest of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I think we did have a few guys travel back home, go to high school games, kind of get their mind away from it. I mean, I think Cody Anderson, Jake Luton went out trying to hunt. They did whatever they wanted to do.
They bring back something for you?
They did not. Luton said he went one day, they got nothing. And then I guess Cody did bring back what he had. He had some deer jerky that he gave me. So he might have gotten something. I don't know.
I take it you're not a hunter.
I'm not. I'm not.
Did you watch Stanford, Oregon on just live? I mean, when you watch, you got a beverage and popcorn, or you got a notepad?
No, I watched it. I didn't watch the entire thing because I had a couple of things going on, but a majority of it I watched. You're taking some mental notes because you're going to get it on the video and watch that back and forth. I thought that game was a really close game. I thought you look at defensively, Stanford, they got the ball on the ground out of the quarterback about 3 times. So they get that ball. It's a different factor. I thought both those teams looked pretty good in regards to the physical end, just watching it on TV back and forth. And that confirmed watching the tape yesterday.
I guess I should also ask, did you happen to stay up late and watch the one everyone talked about?
At the end, I got to say I did not. Saw the game getting a little bit out of hand. I got some other things going on with the 3 kids and did not get back to watching it live. You're talking about UCLA, Washington State? But then I read the score, and I'm anxious to kind of check out that tape.
Statistically, the one turnover, how much stop? What's changed? I guess with you guys. I mean, you didn't turn over a lot last year, but 1 turnover in 3 games, regardless of your plan, is a pretty good number.
Yeah, it's a good number. I think in all facets, decision making at quarterback, protecting the passer, ball carriers holding on to it. So it's a good stat to have. But we've told our guys, it's like that stat has nothing to do with the next game, and it can change in a hurry.
Is there another stat that you guys have established through 3 games that you really like?
I think you dive into these stats, it's points scored and points given up. I mean, that's the deal. And then next on that list, ways down, but it would be turnovers that we're really tracking. We had some aspirations of improving some areas, sack avoidance, and we're taking less sacks. We needed to play better run defense. There's some things showing there. Yeah. But again, they do have no effect on this Saturday.
Is there a stat out there that you feel like you guys need to fix and soon?
I mean, I'd like to complete a higher percentage balls. Being a former quarterback guy, I'm always looking at some of that stuff.
Is that a little lower than you would?
Yeah, I'd like to, and then we've had some guys had open or drop balls and be better.
Yeah.
Jonathan, when you talk about Dennis coming back, and he's going into the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame, why he's coming to be saluted here on campus, what are just, it's a big question, but some thoughts about what he contributed to your life, to play for him, to coach for him, I mean, just what he's meant to you and the influence he had on you?
Yeah, he obviously grew from his competitiveness. I think he has real wisdom of evaluating talent and then taking that talent and getting him motivated to play. Thought he always surrounded himself with some really good coaches and let them kind of do their job as I kind of observed him as a head coach. You know, he won a bunch of games at a lot of different places and made some immediate impact at a lot of those places. So you could tell that his strong personality and just conviction in what he was doing, it showed true at all his stops.
Was there any one aspect that you feel like you've worked for a lot of people, coached, been around a lot of different programs, one major part of the way he approached it, personality-wise or whatever else, that's kind of, that he imparted to you, that influenced you?
I mean, he sticks out being confident and competitive, which other guys I've worked with or for have that. But that was my first kind of inclination about him when he first got here, and then living it with really 4 years with him, 3 years a player, 1 as a GA. He's convicted at having, he knows how he wants to approach it, confident in doing it.
Coach, Tyjon and Jamar are going to be ready to go on Saturday?
We were optimistic on both of them. Yeah, they're moving around a whole lot better. Plan on them getting some reps. Tyjon got some reps yesterday. We knew the plan for Jamar was to get some reps tomorrow, and so we'll kind of see how that is. So we're optimistic, both those guys.
And what do you think the most challenging part, just facing a Stanford team this weekend, will be?
Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, defensively, I think they're sound and physical at the line of scrimmage. I think they do a good job of rushing the passer and playing some run defense. That was impressive on Saturday. Offensively, they want to make the game physical, but they got an experienced quarterback who's a good player, has been doing it a long time. And then on teams, you look at them on teams, they've always been good on teams, very sound. You look at their kickoff coverage, what they've done this year has been outstanding, and they've been pretty close on a couple returns. Yeah. We on? That good?
Last year, clearly, Parkinson was a difficult guard. What are the thoughts about what made that so difficult of a matchup? Just, you know, his talent level and the adjustment. And obviously, they're aware of what happened last year too.
Yeah, he's definitely got talent. He's got length, and he's a matchup problem because you know where do you play him at in regards to like is this guy an outside receiver, inside, he's tight end, what he is. And so they exposed us some last year with that, and they've got some other weapons. You know, they're running the ball. Scarlett, I thought he looked good running the ball against the Ducks. So we can't just be focused on one guy, but he'll have some of our attention for sure.
Coach Kyrie Fisher, is he good to go eligibility-wise? And then if so, do you see him making an impact early on?
Right. He is good to go eligibility-wise. And we'll see where he's at. He's been battling a little bit with his quad. So I kind of doubt for this Saturday, but moving forward, he's got a chance to help us.
Since we're on the theme of more injuries, Whitley and Eldridge, where are they at for this?
Whitley practiced yesterday, so we're counting on him on Saturday. Eldridge has not practiced. You know how those ankles are. We'll have a better idea by the end of the week.
So he's at least questionable.
Yeah.
Is Morris, is he long-term again, or?
Yeah, I wish not. It's been a little bit of a weekly how he's feeling. He moved around more yesterday than he had the previous weeks, but it's sometimes when he moves around more, flares up again on him, and he's been out. So it's been hit and miss, questionable at best.
Do I need to keep asking about Bradford, or is he just not? He's just not being able to practice.
He's not, and he will not go this Saturday either.
Okay. Stanford is a team you haven't probably played this season yet in terms of physicality. Is this where you kind of really get the test as to how your lines are, how they hold up? Do you think they're improved, but Stanford kind of exposes some of that just with their physicality? Or?
I do think they're the best front on both sides we've played this year, so it'll be a test, and we'll find out a whole lot more about us.
Is this a different kind of Stanford team than you've seen in the last couple of years, or is it?
You know, yeah, I think each year there's differences. I still think they've got the makeup of what they want to do offensively, defensively, and on special teams. You kind of see that year in and year out. Try to make it physical. But they're, you know, always evolving each year. Each team's new and different. And so they work to their strengths, which David Shaw's been doing that for a long time at a high level.
School starts this week. You guys been in a routine where they really haven't had to do much
Right.
class-wise. How does that change, especially with the younger players? How do you
Yeah.
work with that adjustment?
Our routine will be very similar. We'll actually start a little bit earlier in the morning just so they can get to class in the afternoon. But outside of that, the routine's going to be the same. We're going to bring them back around in the evenings on Tuesday and Wednesday. But it'll be added, just more or less a distraction, a good distraction to have for these guys.